Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers, a team that until recently looked unstoppable through the first 2 weeks of this 2025 NFL season. Fans were riding high, the energy in Lambeau Field was electric, and the optimism was sky high. After all, who wouldn't be excited when your team opens the season with back-to-back wins? In Week 1, the Packers took down the Detroit Lions in a solid 27-13 victory, showing off a balanced attack on both sides of the ball. That game was a statement, a reminder that the Packers were back in the conversation as serious contenders in the NFC. And just 4 days later, they followed that up with a 27-18 win over the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football, a game that further cemented their early season dominance. The energy around Green Bay was palpable. Players, coaches, and fans alike were feeling confident, almost too confident, some might say. And that confidence was exemplified by none other than Rasheed Walker, the offensive tackle in his 4th year with the team. Walker, a guy who has been growing into a key piece on that offensive line, went on record saying that the Packers could go undefeated this season. That's right, undefeated. He told reporters that the goal was to keep this momentum going because, in his honest opinion, the team had what it took to run the table. He felt, and I quote, "We can go undefeated, honestly," adding that he always believed the past 2 seasons could have been perfect seasons if a few plays had gone differently. Walker spoke with a lot of conviction, saying that he looked around at the roster and believed pound for pound, they were the best team on the field. That kind of confidence, coming from a player who is integral to the offensive line, shows just how high the mood was in Green Bay. The offense was clicking, the defense was disciplined and playing even better, and special teams were doing their job well. It was a recipe for a team that looked unstoppable, almost invincible. Fans, you could feel the buzz, the anticipation of a potential historic season, maybe even an undefeated one. But as they say, the NFL has a way of humbling even the most confident teams. And sure enough, that confidence was short-lived. Because, just as quickly as the Packers had surged to that early season optimism, they found themselves facing a harsh reality in Week 3. That dream of an undefeated season was shattered in a game that no one expected to turn out like this. The Packers, who had been controlling much of the game against the Cleveland Browns, saw their lead evaporate in the final moments of the game, ultimately losing 13-10. It was one of those heartbreaking finishes that leave fans and players alike wondering what could have been. The game itself was a roller coaster. The Packers started strong, with Jordan Love leading the offense with poise and precision. The offensive line, which had been praised so highly, struggled more than usual on this day. They were unable to generate a consistent ground game, rushing for only 81 yards, which isn't terrible but certainly not enough to dominate. And Jordan Love, despite his talent, faced pressure all day, taking 5 sacks, a number that's definitely not what you want to see from your quarterback. But even with those struggles, the Packers managed to keep the game close, largely thanks to their defense and some timely plays. Green Bay's defense played a pivotal role early on, shutting out the Browns for most of the game. It wasn't until late in the game, with just 3:38 remaining, that Cleveland finally broke the seal with a field goal from Andre Schmidt, cutting the Packers' lead to just 10-3. That's when the tension in Lambeau must have reached a fever pitch. The Packers, still holding a slim lead, looked poised to seal the deal. But then, disaster struck. On the 3rd play of Green Bay's ensuing drive, Jordan Love threw his first interception of the season, a throw that proved costly. Cleveland capitalized quickly, with Quinshon Judkins scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run to tie the game at 10-10. That's a moment that completely shifted the momentum, and from there, everything seemed to unravel for Green Bay. Despite that, the Packers still had a chance to win. They moved the ball effectively in the final minutes, aided by a couple of penalties, like the 20-yard pass interference call and an 18-yard pass from Love to tight end Tucker Kraft. That put them in scoring position at the Browns' 22-yard line. It looked like they might pull it off. But then, some costly mistakes happened. Josh Jacobs had 2 runs, one for just a yard, the other for -1, setting up a crucial third down at 3rd and 10. That's when Rasheed Walker got flagged for a false start, giving Cleveland an advantage. And then, as you might expect in a tense late-game situation, Brandon McManus came on for a 43-yard field goal attempt. But it was blocked. Yes, blocked by Shelby Harris of the Browns and recovered by Greg Newsome II. That play was a turning point, and the Browns got the ball back with a shot to win the game. And they didn't waste the opportunity. Schmidt came on again and nailed a 55-yard field goal as time expired, sealing the Browns' first win of the season. It was a devastating loss for Green Bay, especially after such high hopes early on. Now, looking ahead, the Packers will have to regroup quickly. Their next challenge is on the road against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. That's a team that's always tough at home and has a formidable defense of their own. Green Bay will need to bounce back from this heartbreak and show that they still have what it takes to compete at the highest level. The season is long, and one game doesn't define a team, but it does test their resilience. This loss might sting now, but it also serves as a reminder that no game is guaranteed, and every play counts. What's really interesting here is how this game might serve as a wake-up call. The Packers had that incredible start, and it seemed like they were destined for greatness. But in the NFL, confidence has to be backed up by consistency and execution. Jordan Love, who's been developing beautifully, will need to learn from that interception and that false start. The offensive line, which struggled against Cleveland's pass rush, will have to tighten up. And the defense, which played well for most of the game, must stay disciplined until the final whistle. This game also raises some questions about the team's overall depth and resilience. Can they respond after a tough loss? How will they handle the pressure heading into the stretch of the season? One thing is certain. The NFC North is as competitive as ever. The Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and even the Chicago Bears are all hungry for that division crown, and every game counts. The Packers' early success might have painted a picture of an easy road, but now it's clear that every team in this division is ready to fight tooth and nail. The coaching staff, led by head coach Matt LaFleur, will surely analyze every play, every mistake, and every opportunity missed. It's all about growth and learning, especially for a team that's aiming for another shot at the Super Bowl. Green Bay has shown they can compete with the best, but consistency is key. The players, especially leaders like Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft, will need to step up and bring stability to the team. Fans, I know this might be a tough pill to swallow. After such an exciting start, to see that dream of an undefeated season dashed so quickly, it's frustrating. But remember, the NFL is a marathon, not a sprint. One game doesn't define your entire season. The Packers have the talent, the coaching, and the resilience to bounce back. They've faced adversity before and come out stronger. This game against Cleveland, painful as it is, should serve as a lesson. Never get too high, never get too low. The season is a long journey, and every game is a new chapter. Now, looking ahead, the matchup against the Dallas Cowboys is going to be crucial. The Cowboys have a tough defense and a solid run game, and they will certainly be motivated to take advantage of Green Bay's recent struggles. It's going to be a test of character for this Packers team. Will they be able to shake off this disappointment, learn from their mistakes, and come out swinging on Sunday night? That's the question. But one thing is for sure, Packers fans, the season is far from over. There's still plenty of football left to play, and this team, with all its talent and fighting spirit, still has the potential to make a deep playoff run. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. This game might serve as a catalyst for growth. It's a reminder that in the NFL, nothing is guaranteed. You have to play every down with focus, discipline, and heart. The Packers have shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency will be the key moving forward. They have the talent to compete with anyone, but the mental toughness to withstand setbacks will determine how far they go this season. So fans, keep the faith. Stay loud, stay proud, and support your team through thick and thin. Because the Green Bay Packers are still very much in the fight, and with the right adjustments, they can turn this setback into a stepping stone for future success. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Remember, no matter what happens, we're all part of this incredible family. Let's keep supporting our team, believing in their potential, and looking forward to the next game with hope and determination. The season isn't over, and the best is yet to come. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Pack Go.